Philippines dispatch a family craft with a D3adly toll illegal gun making. DANAO, Philippines. In the remote, mist-covered slopes outside the city of Danao in the central Philippines sits the illegal, makeshift workshop of a master gun maker. Accessible only by foot on a steep, winding pathway camouflaged by thick vegetation, the ramshackle shop owned by Launa has a tattered tarpaulin roof, a work table and several machines for cutting and shaping steel. The whole operation, illegal gun making, is a livelihood that has helped put food on the table and send the family's children to school since the 1970s, and Mr. Launa, who asked that only the initial of his first name be used for fear of being arrested, is just one of a host of such small-scale gunsmiths in the region. His village alone, the trade which contributes to the estimated 2 million unregistered guns in the Philippines, slightly more than the 1.7 million legally registered weapons is able to flourish in a remote place where jobs are scarce, police presence is thin and lawlessness runs deep. Gun making is an essential craft passed on from one generation to another here, said Mr. Launa, 63, who learned the craft from his father and has now taught it to his son. Many presidents have come and gone, he added, as a single fluorescent light illuminated the table in front of him, where several unfinished Colt .45 pistol replicas lay. But we are still here. Gunsmithing blossomed in the area during World War II, as locals were taught to make weapons to support a guerrilla movement fighting the Japanese. By the 19s, once these gun makers would sell their products out in the open, but now they employ runners to surreptitiously deliver their wares. Sometimes, in the 1990s, an effort was made to legalize the trade by regulating gun makers, but the project failed to win government support. The handguns which even an enthusiast would have a hard time determining are illegal copies, down to the Colt automatic caliber .45 government model engraving, are sold to buyers for around 7,000 pesos, about $130, much cheaper than authentic models. Other weapons, like submachine guns, can be commissioned, too, although orders for the higher caliber weapons have become slow amid the government crackdown. The craft practiced here is taking a deadly toll across the country. The police say that hitmen working for have been known to source their weapons from the Danao area, and that sales have picked up slightly as the country prepares for elections in May. Already, Danao-made guns, according to the police, have been found at the site of extrajudicial killings, which have been attributed to pro-government militias to stamp out drug crimes. The police have said the guns have also made their way into the hands of Abu Sayyaf, a small but violent terrorist group in the south that is increasingly. Right now, anyone can buy a gun here, as long as you have the money to pay, even if you were a thief, a killer, or a gun for hire, said the local police chief, Colonel Jamie Quiaco. Bordered by rugged mountain ranges, Danao lies 20 miles from Cebu, the bustling main city of the central Philippines. An electronics at Mr. Launa's workshop, which on any given day might be working on 4 gun orders, metal cuts of gun parts were scattered on the table. His 28-year-old son was fine-tuning a barrel and a trigger mechanism for a pistol. He chiseled and asked whether he ever felt guilty knowing his guns might have been used in summary killings. Mr. Launa said, "I make guns, but I don't tell people to kill others." The popularity of its guns has, in a way, made the local industry a victim of its own success. The more the guns we have to hide, because one has to be careful nowadays, Mr. Launa said. Colonel Quiaco acknowledged that the gun makers had little incentive or opportunity to abandon a trade that has provided a livelihood for generations. It has been a way of life for many, he said. If they stop it, the police chief said pursuing illegal gun makers was only a stopgap measure that could not fully solve a problem also rooted in poverty. That isn't to say, the police conducted about 70 raids last year that led to the seizure of about 92 firearms, Colonel Quiaco said. Charges were filed. Tracking down the gun makers has not been easy. Many of them have. The police chief suggested legalizing the industry so that D3adly guns could be properly tracked. They will make guns whether we like it or not, he said. So why not impressed by the quality of the confiscated guns he came across in the course of raids, Colonel Kuyako said D3adly gun makers could compete with other manufacturers in the region if given the support. Gunsmiths here can make replicas just by looking at the pictures, he said. That is a testament. Francisco Lara Jr. of International Alert Philippines, a conflict monitoring group, said he agreed that D3adly guns should be legalized, to stem the product and flow of illicit weapons into the market. The city government has tried to offer alternative livelihoods, though it has been a tough sell in a place where gun making is ingrained in the fabric of society. Mr. Launa's son initially set out on a different path. After finishing high school, he hoped to support himself with a job in the city so that he could save up to study to become an engineer. But his menial job, so here I am, he said. I make guns for a
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that